takes a brief little second. Yep. There we are. We are live. Kia ora tato. Welcome back to another Digital Boost Q&A. I am Georgia Hatzis, and today I am really happy to have Yazmin Basiao and Paul Henderson with us from ACC. We're going to be talking today about MyACC for Business. It is a portal, a website portal, an online portal that has been activated since 2018. And I don't know if a lot of you know about it because not many of you are using it. So we are going to run through it. I'll have Paul and Yazmin introduce themselves and show us all the capabilities we have so that you don't have to hang out on the phone and wait for someone to pick up when you need your ACC stuff taken care of. So welcome, Yazmin and Paul. Thanks for taking the time to come and share your mahi with us today. Lovely to see you. Oh, Paul, darling, you're muted.
A classic start.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. I'm Paul Henderson. I'm the product owner for MyACC for Business. As Georgia says, we're going to take you through a short introduction to ACC, how we work, the ins and outs of MyACC for Business. We'll show you a live demo of the platform and how you can access it, and we'll answer any questions. We hope that you'll come away today with a better understanding of how ACC works and support that we can provide, plus more confidence in using our digital platform so you can self-serve your account online anytime you'd like. We'll start with a little introduction to ACC. ACC is a no-fault scheme that supports anyone who's injured in an accident, no matter how or where the accident happened. Everyone is eligible for ACC cover. Our purpose is to improve lives every day through a focus on prevention, care, and recovery for all people in Aotearoa, New Zealand. It's a pretty unique scheme, and there's nothing else quite like it in the world. We also do a lot of educational work around injury prevention, as up to 90% of injuries are preventable. You may have seen our Have a Him campaign that encourages Kiwis to take a second to think before acting. ACC is funded by the levies that everyone in New Zealand pays. All New Zealanders pay levies in different ways. This might be through your income, your petrol, vehicle registration, or if you own a business, your business's levy. All levies are separate from general tax. Everyone who earns a salary in New Zealand pays the earner's levy. If you're self-employed, a shareholder employee, or a contractor, you'll pay 3 different levies: the earner's levy, the work levy, and the working safer levy. If you are an employer of staff, your business will pay the work levy and the working safer levy. Your levies pay for services and support to help you recover if you're injured in an accident, which includes the loss of income. We use levies to pay for up to 80% of your income if you can't work because of an injury recover. Treatment and rehabilitation. Your levies pay for treatments, visits to health providers, rehabilitation programs, and equipment that may help you in your recovery. Help with everyday activities. We use levies to help you in your day-to-day life. This may be help with childcare, at home, or transport to school and work. And preventing injury. We invest levies in injury prevention programs to help stop injuries before they even happen. If you own a business or work for yourself, we collect your levies via annual invoices. Employer invoices are sent in July, and self-employed invoices are sent in September. The invoice amount will be based on 3 things. First, your liable earnings if you're self-employed, or your payroll if you employ people of the year of your tax return. There's a minimum amount you need to earn before your earnings are liable for ACC levies, and also a maximum level of liable earnings that you're covered for. You can find out more about these levies on our website. Second, your business's classification unit. This is a number that tells us what kind of industry you're in. Different businesses have different levels of risk of injury and accidents, so your classification unit affects the amount of levy that you pay. And if you're self-employed, your invoice will change whether you work part-time or full-time. Because these things impact your levy and how much you end up paying, it's important that we have all your details correct. The easiest way to keep your details up to date is via MyACC for Business. MyACC for Business is our digital platform that makes it easier for you to do business with us. With MyACC for Business, you can update your details, check your account balance, and access employee claims reports anytime. We launched MyFB in 2018 and have been making iterative updates ever since. You can self-serve almost everything business related on MyACC for Business. You can update your liable earnings to ensure that you get the most accurate invoice possible. Use live chat to talk to a customer service representative. View and download your employer claim reports. View, pay, or download your levy invoices. Check and update your details. If self-employed, you can apply, update, renew, or cancel Cover Plus Extra. You can invite a delegate to manage the business account on your behalf. and you can view and download your account activity timeline. Employers can also access the medical status for any new or existing employee work-related claims, e.g. fully unfit for work or fit for selected work, via the Recovery at Work tab, enabling employers to be able to actively be involved in their employees' recovery from the outset. So with all that being said, we'll now take you through a live demo of how MyACC for Business works, and I'll pass over to Yazmin to take you through that.
Thank you so much, Paul. Good morning, everyone. My name is Yazmin, and I'm a senior business analyst at ACC. So I'm responsible for analyzing, gathering, and documenting requirements and understanding what the future state may look like once we implement these new features or enhancements to the application. I'm happy to be here and to share with you how MyACC for Business can actually help you and your business. And I will go ahead and share my screen. Just give me a sec. Cool. All right, just making sure that you guys can see my ACC for Business login page before I continue. Cool. All right. So the first step is for you to be able to start using the application, you need to register your ACC account in MyACC for Business. Now, to do this, you will need the following. You need to have an account in any of the following service providers. So either a Realme account, a Google account, or a Microsoft account. Next is you need to have your ACC number or your internal revenue number. And sometimes we may ask for the invoice number as well. Now, as part of the registration process, if we have your email address or your New Zealand mobile number on record, then a registration code will be sent to one of these contact details to be able to complete the process. If we don't have these contact details on record, then we will be asking you for the invoice number so that you can complete the process. So for purposes of this demo, I will be demoing the scenario wherein ACC has a record of your email address or your New Zealand mobile number. So I will go ahead and so we will do a registration for one of the accounts. So you just have to click on the register button. So by the way, this is the first thing you would see when you access the MyACC for Business platform. So if you already have an account and you have registered that account, you go ahead and do a login, but otherwise you go and register the account. So I have already set up my Realme account prior to this demo. So that is what I will be using to register. So it will take you to the Realme page. So you just have to enter your username and password for the account of your choice. And for this demo, I will be registering this ACC account. So this is an employer account, which would have the workplace cover policy. All right, so the scenario, ACC has my email address. So it's possible that ACC also has your New Zealand mobile number. If that's the case, you will be asked to select what is your preferred contact for where we would be sending the registration code. So the registration code, you need to key that in the platform to be able to complete the process. So in this case, since ACC only has my email address, I don't have any choice, but so that's already pre-selected, and I'll go ahead and click on the next button. Cool. So in the background, so there's an email that will be sent to the email address that you saw on the screen. And that email actually has the registration code. I will just quickly show you how it looks like. So all you need to do is just copy and paste this registration code. I will do that now. Just give me a sec. And then enter that registration code and complete the registration. See, it's just an easy 3-step process for you to be able to register the account in MyACC for Business. All right, so you will just be prompted to enter some details about your profile. So display name, this is just the name that you will see when you log into MyACC for Business. So it can be your preferred name or it can be a nickname. So for purposes of this demo, I'll just boost user, and then boost one, user one, and then just go ahead and enter your email address here. And just save changes. So now you're actually ready to start using MyACC for Business to manage your ACC Levy account. Now, before I go into the details of all these different tabs that you see, I just want to quickly touch on the login process, right? So I'll just go ahead and log out for now. Now, so once we've registered, so to log in to the application, you should use the same service provider that you have previously registered with. So in my case, it is the Realme account. So I will log in using the Realme account as well. So this was the username and password I used. All right, so after you have logged in, you will be presented with what we call the landing page. So this page would display all the ACC accounts that you have access to. So for this particular user, I only have access to one ACC account, and this is the one that we registered previously. So I'll go ahead and click on that. All right, so you can see different tabs on your screen. So the tabs, the things that you can do in the application are represented by these tabs. So there are a lot of these tabs are common across all accounts. So regardless if your account has a standard cover because you're a self-employed or a contractor, or if your account has a workplace cover policy because you're an employer, a lot of these tabs are common across all accounts. But there are one or two tabs which would only appear if you have a workplace cover policy, which means you are an employer and you're paying salary or wages to one or more employees. So for this demo, I will be using an account with a workplace cover policy so that I can demo all tabs that are available in my E4B or my ACC for Business. So let's start with the overview page. So the overview page, this is where you can view information about the policy. So for this account number, this has a workplace cover policy, so meaning this is an employer account, and this is for this levy period. So this is the current levy period. You can also see what levy classification um, uh, your business is in. So again, the levy classification is just a number that represents the industry that your business is in. So you can see the information here, and you can also change the levy classification using MyACC for Business. Apart from that, you can also see the contact details. So if you notice, you can see a lot of XXX in the information here, only because I'm using a test environment and we are masking the information, making sure that we're not showing any real customer data. But this is where you can actually change. Let's say you have changed your postal address, you can change it here. You can enter contact numbers as well as your email address. All right. You can also view what is the preferred levy communication. So this means where we would be sending levy related information. So either by email or by post. So this is where you could also change that information. Now, I will move on to the next tab, which is what we call the timeline. So timeline is pretty much just a history of all the activities related to that account. So you can see here two tabs. One is levy transactions and one is account activity. Now, levy transactions, these are all activities that are financial in nature. So this could mean invoices related to the account. You will be able to view that in this table and be able to download that invoice. Any payments that you have made related to this account, you will be seeing that in this timeline. Or if there are any adjustments made to your invoice or any refunds made, that will all be displayed here. So just as an example, there was a final debit adjustment made of this amount. You can also see a little bit more details about that activity by just clicking on the row that you are interested in. And here you can see for which levy year, what reference number, and etc. Now, the account activity, on the other hand, these are activities that are not financial in nature. So if, for example, you have changed your contact details by the application, or if you have changed your levy classification, that would all show up here in the account activity timeline. Okay, now I will now jump to payments. So one of the things that you can do in the MyACC for Business application is to pay for your invoice. You can pay in different ways. So for example, for this account, there's an outstanding amount of 5,732 and 52 cents. So you can either pay in full, or you can also pay in installments. And ACC offers 3 or 6 months as a monthly payment. If you would like to pay in full, you just click on this pay button here, and there are options on how you could pay. So you can pay via credit card, or you can pay via online banking. And as mentioned, you can also pay by monthly installments. Now, another feature that we have here is the ability for you to add your bank account. So this is where, if you opt for monthly payment, so this is the account where the payments will be taken from. Or you can also set up bank accounts where you can receive refunds. So for example, ACC owes you some money as a refund, then that amount can be credited to that refund bank account. All right. Moving on, I want to talk about Recover at Work. So Recover at Work, this is a feature that is available only for accounts with the workplace cover policy, meaning for employers. So this is a feature that we released back in, I believe, April 2022. So this allows the employer to view real-time information about the employee's work-related claims. So with this information, you will be able to start the conversation early with your injured employee and understand how you can help them in their recovery journey. So there are information that we will be displaying here, wherein you can use this information to start this conversation with them and see how you can help your injured employee. So on click of this Recover at Work tab, the first thing you would see would be a list of all the work-related claims for this particular employer. So you will see the accident date, the claim number, and the name of your employee. Now, there are more details about the claim, which you can access via MyACC for Business. But before you can view these details, you need to confirm two things. All right. So this is where, so when you click on a particular claim that you're interested in, it will show a privacy confirmation box. So you need to confirm that this person was employed by your workplace at the date of the accident, and that this person is a current employee. So we do this because we want to ensure that we are only displaying the employee's claim to the right employer. So I will go ahead and confirm that this information is correct and click on the confirm button. And then now you are presented with more information about the claim. So there are two parts to the claim details. First is just general information about the work injury. So when the accident happened, when the medical provider has submitted the claim to ACC, when ACC has accepted the claim, and when was the date of the first incapacity of the employee. It also provides information about what the injury is in a description of the accident. Now, the second part of the claim details is what we call fitness for work information. Now, the fitness for work information is all from your employee's medical certificate. So here you would know if your injured employee is either fully unfit to work and what is the duration, or if your employee is fit for selected work. And by knowing these information, for example, that your employee is fit for selected work, you can have that conversation with your injured employee to discuss what kind of work is possible, and like say for how many days or how many hours in a day. And there are also some restrictions that have been identified by the medical provider for employees who are fit for selected work. Now, just a side note on the restrictions. In the medical certificate, there are about, I think, 9 or 10 restrictions that are available for the medical provider to choose from. An example of it would be prolonged sitting, prolonged standing, heavy physical work, or driving. But there is also a free text field in the medical certificate wherein the medical provider can add a few more details about what this restriction is about. If the medical provider selects from one of the 10 restrictions, those restrictions would appear in MyACC for Business. But if there would be additional information that will be supplied on the free text field, we cannot display the actual text in MyACC for Business, as there may be some confidential or sensitive information. And instead, we will be showing a text saying, please request the full medical certificate directly from your employee to confirm specific restrictions. Right. So that is recovery at work for you. Again, the purpose of this feature is for you to start the conversation early with your injured employee and understand how you can help with the recovery process. Now, the next feature I'm going to talk about is the claim reports, or the employer claim reports. So I will just. All right. So the employer claim report, it also shows the work-related claims accepted by ACC for employees in your business. But the difference with employer claim reports and recovery at work, the employer claim report actually shows costs that ACC has covered to support your employee's recovery. So as you can see here, for this employer, there were 2 claims, and these are the costs that ACC has covered for your injured employees' recovery. So this report helps you in 2 ways. First, it helps you to see what your levies contribute to. And second, because you have historical data of the work-related injuries that has happened in the workplace, you can use this information to plan some health and safety initiatives in your business. So if you need to know a little bit more information about the claim, you can also just click on this particular claim that you're interested in, and you'll be able to see more information about what this work-related claim is about. All right. Next, I would like to touch on what we call giving someone access to your ACC account. So you can give someone access to your ACC account on your behalf, and you can give them authority in a number of ways. So first is by what we call the delegate access, and second is by what we call the agent or advisor access. For the delegate access, delegate is just a term we use. This is the person who is given access to manage the ACC account online. If you are an employer, you can give one or more of your staff members access to manage the ACC account. If you are a self-employed or let's say a contractor, you can give a representative, for example, a family member, your lawyer, or a friend, access to manage your account online as well. When you delegate access to a staff member or to a representative of your choice, you can choose what access they can have or permissions that they will have to your account. So you don't need to give them full access. You may do that. You may give them full access, or you may only specify what kind of access you would want to give them. And I will demo this in a bit. But before I do that, I just want to quickly touch on the other type of access, which is the agent or advisor access. So some of you may have a tax agent or an accountant or a financial advisor who helps you with the financial aspects of your business. They can also access your ACC account online, provided that you give them a written authority to act on your behalf. So once you've given that, your agent or your advisor will then have to complete an online registration form to apply to be able to access your account. So this application will um, go to ACC. ACC will review the request, and once they approve or accept the application, they will then send an email to your agent or your advisor, inviting them to access MyACC for business. And once your agent or advisor accepts that invitation, then they can start linking the client's ACC account so that they can manage it themselves through the online application. So once your agent or advisor links to your ACC account, they will only be able to access anything that is related to the levy or the payments. All right, so they will be able to access the overview page, which we discussed earlier, the timeline, the payments tab. They will be able to view the invoice, but they will not be able to see anything that is claim related. So anything that is in the Recover at Work tab and the Claim Reports tab, which are all claim related, they will not have access to this one. All right, so I want to quickly show you how you can invite a delegate to manage the account. So either a staff member or let's say a representative. So you can do that in the Relationships tab. So it's just a very short form that you need to fill out. So you just need to select what is the relationship of this person to that account. So I will choose that this person I want to invite to manage the account is from the financial department, for example. And let's say delegate one, user one, and you have to enter the their email address here, because this is the email address where we would be sending the invitation for them to be able to access your account in MyACC for Business. So for this particular delegate, I am just going to give her permission to access the levy and payments. And then you just click on send invitation. All right. And then you will see here that there is a pending invitation. So what happens in the background is that your invited user will be receiving an email, and I will be showing you that in a bit. But for now, I will be switching to another user. I will be switching to a delegate user. So I'll just go ahead and log out, and then I'm going to quickly show you how that email invitation would look like. So this is what your delegate will be receiving in the email address that you specified. So invitation to manage another ACC account. It would show which ACC number in the account name. And all they have to do is just click on the accept invite button, or they can also copy and paste this invite link, all right, in their browser. So that is what I am going to do. I will just move that away. And I will go ahead and paste that invite link. And then your delegate will be asked to log in. Now, the delegate themselves, they also need to have an account in either Realme or Google or Microsoft to be able to access the account in MyACC for Business. So again, I have already set this up prior to the demo. So I will be using this Realme login. All right. So now I am the delegate. I was invited to manage this particular ACC account, and it also appears in the landing page. When I go ahead and click on this account, so now I will be able to access it and manage the account online. And if you noticed, you don't see the the Recover at Work tab as well as the Claim Reports tab because I was not given access to those functionalities. All right, so this is the delegate. Now I want to switch back to the first user I used earlier. So let's do that. So that would be, so I will log in because I wanted to show you how you can manage the delegate. So now you have added the delegate and the delegate has accepted the invitation. You can make changes to that if needed. So I'll go ahead and log in. All right, so we are back here. So if you go back to the Relationships tab, now you can see the delegate who has accepted the invitation and what that delegate has access to. And you may edit the access that they have. So maybe this person has changed her role, no longer in the financial department, but now in the health and safety space. Then you can go ahead and um, edit the access they have. You can change them to have recover at work or claim report. So you can do that. Or if they have already, let's say, left the business, you should remove that delegate from being able to act to manage the account, and you can use that, do that in the application as well. All right. So I also would just want to quickly touch on the live chat functionality. So it is a feature where customers they can send an inquiry. Um, as long as they're logged into the application, they can send an inquiry. And this feature is available only during business hours, so around 8:30 to 6 p.m. So this is the live chat button, so just go ahead and click on that. So click on message us, and then you will be asked or you will be prompted to select what your query is about. So there are 5 topics. So it could be about you want to change the business details. So levy classification, or you want to um, update your contact details, etc. Or you have a question around your cover plus extra policy, or you have a question around your invoice or payments, etc., or others. So you just click a topic that is closest to your inquiry. So let's say I'll click payments and refunds, and you can just type here, this is a test chat, and then your chat will be routed to an appropriate team in the contact center. And once a contact center agent becomes available, then they would reply to you, and so on and so forth. Yep. All right. So that is live chat. I think the last one that I would like to demo would be the Cover Plus Extra, which is an optional product in MyACC for Business. And for that, I will have to switch to a different user. So we're logging in as a different user here. Okay, so I'll go ahead and click on this one. All right, so this is an account which has a standard cover. So this is for self-employed individuals or contractors. Now, ACC has an optional cover product, which we call Cover Plus Extra or CPX. And this product allows you to choose how much of your income you want to be covered if you have an accident and can't work. So we will pay compensation based on the cover amount that you choose. So this Cover Plus Extra is especially suited for those who have fluctuating income or either yearly or seasonal, as you'll know exactly how much will pay. This is also suited for those who want to choose how much you're covered for. This is also suited for those who are newly self-employed with no earnings history and just want assurances around your cover. So when you log in to your account in the overview page, you will see this banner. So this signifies that you are eligible to apply for the Cover Plus Extra. So if you would like to proceed, just click on Learn More and Apply. So you are presented with different screens with the steps on how to that you have to go through to apply for the Cover Plus Extra. So first is just this is just some information to make sure that you understand what Cover Plus Extra is, and then just go ahead and start your application. So here we just want to confirm that your business details are correct. If it hasn't changed, that's fine. But we just want to make sure that you're on the right classification. So we just ask you to just provide a short description of the industry that you're in. So I'll just put here, this is just for test. This is just for test. And then you click on next. And then you will be asked a few other questions. Are you currently on ACC claim? What is your business structure? So I'll choose here, I'm a self-employed sole trader. And then I click on next, and then you will be asked to select what your cover options are. Cover option is it full compensation or lower level of weekly compensation? And then just click on next. And then here you will be asked to enter what is the amount that you want to be covered for. So for example, here I will say I want to be covered for 101,000. And then you will see here there will be an estimate of the weekly compensation that you may receive should you have an accident and can't work. All right. And then just click on next again, and you can specify what date you want that Cover Plus Extra to start. So I'll just choose today's date, and then just click on next. And again, just some information for you to have a read through before you finally click on apply. All right. So here, so some applications would require someone from ACC to review, but other applications, they would just go through and they get approved. So once you see the screen, so this is an example by which the application just got approved. So you just have to go ahead and accept the offer if you're happy with the offer. I have to tick that I have read and accept the Cover Plus Extra terms and conditions and click on accept offer. And here you will be asked, how would you like to pay? But you can do that later on as well. So I'll just put here, I'll pay later when invoiced. And now if you go back to the overview page, you will now see that your cover is now the cover plus extra. Used to be the standard cover, and now it's showing the cover plus extra. All right. So I think that ends my demo of the MyACC for Business application. I hope you guys have found this helpful and informative. So MyACC for Business is it's easy, it's hassle-free, it's free, it's secure, it's available 24/7, and we continuously add new features or enhance existing features all the time. So again, thank you guys for your time, and I think I turn it over to Georgia.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Yasmin and Paul. What I love about this is you were able to walk us through really clearly, very succinctly, what MyACC for Business is. And I think a lot of people maybe get a little gun shy or overwhelmed when you pop into a new portal and trying to figure it all out. So this was so clear. And it's great to see that it's very easy to get anything you need done right here. So I'm also curious for those of you who are watching, and this will go up on our platform. So we will have other people being able to go through this. I'm curious to know, why haven't we jumped on this before? What's keeping us for jumping in here? This is fantastic. I had a question myself, and I will ask my question while any of you out there in the ether, if you have any questions, pop them into the Q&A function or in Facebook or on your LinkedIn or YouTube, wherever you're watching from. If you have questions, let us know. But when we were talking about that activity timeline in the application, how far back does the activity show up? Is that forever? Any activity you've ever had, or does it only show like the past year? Do you know?
We actually show all activities that has happened from the time that they have registered the application, the ACC account in MyACC for Business. So, but if
Amazing.
they are only interested to see, let's say for a specific time period, they can do that via the date filters that we provide as well.
Okay, that's great. I know.
Cool. And I'll just add into there in the levy transaction timeline. That's where you download the invoices from. So when Yaz demoed where the invoice line was, they didn't have the downloaded PDF of the invoice because we're in a test environment. If you do go into the live environment, that's where you'll download the invoices from the levy transaction timeline.
It's fantastic. It's so clear. It's so clear. And so it feels very easy to use. So I really appreciate you walking us through that. Do we have any questions while we're hanging out? And we've got Paul and Yazmin here. I'm just having a quick look around our socials, so give me a moment. And look, if you don't have questions now, or you have questions because you're watching the recording and you're not live with us, please feel free to send any of your questions to support@digitalboost.co.nz. We will be able to reach out to the right people at ACC and get your questions answered. So we do have a question that's popped in here. Kia ora, Sonia. Unrelated to ACC, but very surprised how you managed to set up test real me accounts. It's hard enough registering a real one. How were you able to do, or is that actually your real me? No, it would be a test account. Yeah.
Yes, we have done several RealMe accounts, creating our RealMe accounts for test purposes. I don't know, do we have time, Georgia? I can quickly show how I've done it.
We have
demo.
plenty of time. Yeah. Great.
Let me just give me a sec.
Because Sonia's saying, I didn't think that was possible to set up a test RealMe account. Or is it just because of the organization that you work for that you can do that?
So the way I've done it, let's go and log out. So let's say you want to set up or you want to create a RealMe account. So the way that we would do it is when you get to this RealMe page, just click on create a RealMe login. And it is an easy process. So you just enter your email address because RealMe will be sending a code to you. So let's say enter my email address, click on send code, And then I'm going to wait for it in my email to come. So you should receive this email, and it will have the code that you will need to enter. So we'll do that. Confirm code. And then go ahead and enter your username. So let's say I go boost and test, and then just enter the password, and then continue. And then it will just ask you again for, do you want to enter your mobile number? But that's optional. And then just go through the security questions. I'll just put here, I accept, create, and there you go. You have your Realme account. So you just need to remember the username and the password that you have used to create your Realme account. I hope that helps.
Yeah, we've got a thank you here. So thank you.
You're
Great.
welcome.
I'll open up the floor for any other questions we may have for another minute or so. I mean, I think this is pretty thorough, Yazmin. That's the thing. And Paul, when you were talking about ACC at the beginning and what it is, and I have to say, as an immigrant to this country and coming from a place where things like this don't exist, it is a spectacular program, and is one of the main reasons why my family and I ended up moving here. So big props to Aotearoa for taking care of their people. Yeah, so I don't see any other questions. Yazmin, that was really thorough. I loved how you walked through that and how clean that was for us. Anyone who's watching the recording, again, any questions you may have, you can reach out to us. I feel like reaching out to ACC could be could get difficult through the channels. So that's why MyACC for Business is perfect. You've got that live chat there that you showed us. So that was perfect. Thank you. Yazmin was clear and made it really easy. Thank you. It's one of our comments. Thanks, Sonia. Great.
You're welcome.
Well, I just want to thank you both for your time. And we've got our ACC friends behind the scenes that you don't see. We've got our Rachel and our John behind the scenes helping us out here, showing some slides. Thank you, both of you, for supporting us. And thank you, Paul and Yazmin, for your time. It's always great to see this kind of work coming forward for our people and seeing how businesses can thrive and use these services. So thank you so much. Very
Thank
grateful.
you for having us here.
Yes, thank you for inviting us. Much appreciated.
We're happy to be able to share, the things that they can do within the application, which could help them in your business.
It's very helpful. Like I said, I think it can be overwhelming and people just don't really know where to start. So this is a great start, everyone. Great. Well, I will release you all into the world and I will see you for our next events. Have a great day, everyone. Matewa.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you.